This conference will now be recorded.
Hello guys, welcome to Kumar Consulting. So guys, in this session I'm going to cover a topic named dunning. Dunning is the very important topic of account receivable guys, and here generally if somebody is going to raise any questions from account receivable, then most likely a few questions definitely will be there from dunning. And even for real-time point of view also, it is important because if you receive any errors, issues and all, so if you have the perfect understanding about this dunning and all, then easily you will be able to understand what to say, the requirement also. Okay, or you can do some research and all, like what is the root cause of this errors and all. So try to understand this topic now. So first of all, I'll explain what is this dunning all about. Then after, we'll do the configurations, and will what to say, perform the testing, and then after, as usual, certain scenarios which belongs to the real time, in the sense like what exclusive, in the sense what going to be asked by people. uh, so that is quite exclusive scenarios are there guys, that I'll also cover. Okay, so that is going to make you guys unique compared to whichever the other people are there in the market. So we'll discuss one by one everything. First of all, we'll see about dunning. So look at here guys. Now, what is this dunning? It's a process which is used to send reminder to the customer for their outstanding amount. Every organizations, as I told you guys, that every organizations are having certain customers, and whichever the customers are there, like let's suppose Tata Motor having several customers, and whatever, or whichever the organization, whichever your client is there, so they're let's suppose they're having certain, they're manufacturing certain end product, and that is going to be sold to the customers. So whichever customers are there, everybody are not going to make payment on time. Might be 5%, 10% of the customers are there who fails to make payment on time. So what will happen in that case? As usual, we are going to send a reminder. We are going to remind them to make payment of the outstanding amount. If you talk about way back 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 100 years back, in those days, what was the procedure guys? In those days, earlier people used to write a letter to the organizations, they used to send. Then after what happened, then after typewriter came, so they started, like the letter used to be typed and that is going to be delivered to the customers. Right now lots of ERPs are there guys, so whatever letters are going to be typed, if we talk about SAP, these letters are going to be printed automatically. This is the first functionality. Okay, now apart from this, apart from this, okay, let's suppose, let me make it larger. Okay, now let's suppose we are having several customers, A, B. Okay, now, or else forget about several customer guys. First of all, we'll take example of one customer itself and I'll let you know. This is the customer. With this customer, we are having several invoices. 1,000, okay, again 3,000. Okay, these are the invoices. Now, what is happening guys, in these are the invoices. I'll just bring it here. Better to bring it here. Now, these are the invoices. Okay, now here, so what is happening guys, now there will be certain due dates, so these invoices are going to be due. These invoices are going to be due on different date. Let's suppose due date. So here due date means I'll just make it like this. Okay, so due date, this become due on, let's suppose, 15/09/2019. This become due on 28/09/2019. This is 29/09/2019. This is let's suppose 05/10/2019, and this is on this become due on, let's suppose, 04. This is 10/10/2019, and here let's suppose 28. Okay, this is the condition. I'll just make it like this. Okay, so this is the due date. We are having, I'm taking example of one customer. Okay, so like if we talk about the sales, this is a regular process, guys. The sales keep on, like we keep on selling the products after certain interval, and the invoices also keep on released. So those invoices also need to be posted in SAP to track our total receivables. Now here, so now this is the, for, let's suppose this is the invoice number. 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are the invoice number. So what is the status? I'm just typing in shortcut. Status of the invoices. Now, if you talk about the status, then look at here, guys. This invoice number 1 become due on 15/09, and today is 4th of October. So now what will happen, guys? 4th of October means this is overdue. This is overdue because we have already crossed the due date. Okay, cross the due date, and by a margin of certain days, might be some 19 days, right? Now, okay, if you talk about this invoice, then this is also overdue. This is also overdue because this one, this is the today's date. Now, this is going to be due. Why due? Because it's 4th of 10th. So today itself, this invoice become due. And if you see the status of this invoice tomorrow, then this is also going to be treated as overdue itself. Because once we cross the due date, then invoices are going to be treated as a overdue. No matter whether the margin of 1 day, 20 days, 50 days, 100 days, 200 days, whatever it is, all are going to be treated as a overdue itself if you cross the due date. Now, what about these invoices? This is not due. Why? Because look at here, 10th of October, and today is 4th of October. So still we are having what to say, 6 days, guys. So this is not due. This is also not due, and this is also not due. Now, so guys, if you talk about, let's suppose sending reminder for the invoice, what to say, payment. Okay, sending reminder for the payment for these all invoices. Okay, then if sending reminder doesn't mean that we are going to send reminder for all invoices. No, whichever due and overdue invoices are there, for those invoices we are going to send reminder. Okay, so now what will happen, guys? If we talk about sending reminder, then these many invoices are eligible to send reminder to the customer. for the payment. But again, let's suppose if we generate letter today, okay, as I said, like with the help of Dunning program, letter will be generated automatically. So system doesn't know anything, guys. System is going to act as per our configurations, whatever configurations we have done, right? Now I'll tell you guys, there are lots of people I receive call from some candidates because my number is available on YouTube, right? So now here, lots of people they used to ask like automation is coming. So what about this SAP? Is there any impact on automation? I'll tell you guys, whichever like automations are coming, that is for end user kind of what to say jobs and all, right? For consultant, see SAP none of the ERP is having decision making capacity. ERPs, whatever the softwares are there, if you talk about the configurations, these softwares cannot make decisions by their own, right? If you talk about the configurations part, in configuration parts, lots of things we have to take input from client and then we have to configure, right? If you talk about like let's suppose Dunning procedure we are going to set up. So in that, how frequently the letters are going to be sent. Okay, how frequently means after how many days, what is the interval between first letter and second letter. It could be 7 days also, it could be 10 days also, it could be 15 days also, it could be 1 month also. How come SAP is going to decide automatically? Not possible, right? That's we have to do it manually, isn't it? How many letters we are going to send to the customers? It's not like if you are going to send a letter, a reminder, so you keep on sending reminder and customer is not making payment and all, right? So we can say that maximum we are going to send 3 reminders or 4 reminders. If still we haven't received the payment, then it is going to be transferred to the legal action team and they will take the legal actions and all, right? So this is also, sometimes people says we are going to send 2 reminders only or 3 reminders only or 4 reminders only, right? So this is also going to be discussed with the client and the client is going to give you the input and as for that we are going to do the configurations, right? So likewise there are several decisions, guys, and in every configurations what is happening, manual decisions are required in the sense either it has been taken by consultant or it should be discussed with the client and based on that we have to do the configuration. So for configurations, guys, don't worry, there won't be any kind of automations and all. Okay, so we are discussing about Dunning. So what I said, like as of now, like if we are going to run the Dunning program, then what will happen? Or is forget about Dunning program. Now, so these 4 invoices are eligible. Okay, now I'll just do one thing, guys. But if you talk about this invoice number 4, okay, so it become due today itself. And we are going to generate a letter and we are going to send to the customer for this line item. Also, this is not justifiable and all because uh, at least we have to give some time to the customer. So for that, again, grace period or grace days also will come into picture, guys. The way we have taken from vendor, in the same way we also have to give to the customers. So let's suppose 5 days. Okay. So 5 days we have given as a grace period. So now what will happen, guys? So if we talk about the due dates and all, it is going to be changed in the sense status is going to be changed. Status new in the sense after adding grace. So now what is happening? This is going to be due on 15 plus 9, 5, 28. So still it is going to be treated as a overdue. This is also overdue and 29 and plus 5. Okay, so this is also going to be this is also eligible in the sense like it's September, right? So 38, then 1 2 3 and 4. It is going to be like in today if we are going to run, right? Today generally this is overdue itself, but if today we are going to run, this item is also eligible, so this is also going to be covered. Okay, see guys, by adding grace period also there won't be any changes in the status. Okay, this is going to be due itself, this is going to be due itself and not due. Okay, but if we talk about sending reminder, guys, then only okay here actually. Now, so now what will happen, guys? Now this time only these three invoices will be eligible because this become due today, and if we are going to add additional 5 days, then what will happen, guys? Then system will not consider for this one to send the reminder because we have to wait for additional 5 days. We cannot send reminder right now, isn't it? So you just remove this one because it is going to make some confusion. Okay, here it is. So now what is happening? So this is not going to be eligible. Why? Because 5 days grace period also we have added. This grace period also could be 7 days, could be 8 days, could be 3 days, 4 days. It depends upon. We are going to take the input from client, and based on that we are going to give this grace period, if any, if it is there. Now, so in this case, if we are going to add the grace period, then these three invoices are only eligible for sending reminder. So now here, look at here, guys. If we are having one customer, okay, one customer, and that too, then we have checked the due date, okay, and based on that, manually we have calculated all those things, and based on that, we have decided that these three line items, in the sense these three invoices only, are eligible for sending a reminder to the customers. And likewise, we are having 10,000 customers. So do you think that manually it is going to be possible to check each and every customers, and then we are going to decide manually that okay, these line items are eligible for sending reminder, these line items are eligible? If this is the case, then it is going to take too much time. Okay, it is going to take huge time. Now here in SAP, no need to check each and every customers and each and every balances, and no need to check the status of every invoices. We are, what is the use of this dunning program, guys? Once you run this dunning program, then and that too dunning program, then system is going to, like, we are having selection parameter will be there in dunning program. Once we run, I'll show you guys practically. Then we are having lots of options. You can select, like, okay, how many customers we want to run this program. Okay, let's suppose I have given A to Z. Okay, A to Z. A to Z means all customers, right? Generally, in selection criteria, it's going to be given like this. Okay, if you're going to give like this, it means we are saying that we are running for all customers. Let's suppose we are having total 10,000 customers. Now system is going to run this dunning program for all these 10,000 customers, or 1,000 customers, or 2,000 customers, whatever it is. Okay, so now once you run this dunning program, for every customer, system is going to check how many line items are eligible for sending reminders to the customers. For every customer, look at here, guys, how fast it is that for 5,000 customers, 2,000 customers, 10,000 customers, within few minutes, system is going to check each and everything that okay, these many line items are eligible. For this customer, these many line items are eligible for sending reminder. For a different customer, 4 line items are eligible to send reminder, right? If any penalty is there, that penalty is also going to be calculated. If any grace period is there, that grace period is also going to be considered by system, right? And there are lots of other criteria also are there, guys, that also we'll discuss. And as usual, I said, like, there are certain scenarios which will up to that is real-time scenarios and all, that is also going to be covered. Those scenarios are going to make you people unique compared to whichever your competitors are there in the market. So we'll discuss one by one. First of all, let me do the configurations. We'll perform the testing, and here in testing also certain unique things I'll cover, guys, and then after we'll cover that scenario. Okay, and if anybody is going to ask any question, guys, none of the interviewers are going to ask questions from this basic things. Okay, they will ask scenario based question itself. Scenario means they'll give you a scenario, so you must be able to understand the scenario. Once you're able to understand the scenario, then only you will be able to answer the question. Okay, so if you have a perfect understanding of any particular topic, then only you guys will be able to understand the scenario. Now, so okay, so what we were discussing? Okay, we were discussing about this Danny. So now what is happening for multiple customers? System is going to check out each and every line items in the sense invoices, and system is going to find out, okay, these many line items are eligible for sending reminders. Okay, so automatically these all things are going to be decided by system in background, and then even a letter also will be generated. It's up to you whether you want to take a printout hard copy of that, like whether you want to take a printout and then you want to send, or else you want to convert that into soft copy, a PDF file or whatever it is, and then you have to send a mail to the customers. Okay, even I'll tell you, we are having a functionality in the sense like even automatic mail also will be sent to the customers in the sense like uh, this process, but it's like independently it cannot be done by the functional consultant alone. You need to invite even technical consultant also. Okay, because this comes under development. Okay, this comes under development. Now, so let me come on the topic first. So what is happening? Automatically system, once we run the running program, automatically system is going to find out whatever the line items, whichever the line items are eligible for sending reminder to the customer. So those line items are going to be selected by system, and then against those line items, in the sense against those invoices only, a letter, reminder letter will be generated. And after that, whether you want to take the printout, you can take the printout, or else you want to generate the soft copy, you can generate the soft copy, and that is going to be sent to the customers. Okay. So now here, this is what, and this is what the benefit of this Dunning program, guys, which is given in SAP. Even as I said, like there are other things also, there are certain scenarios also. We'll discuss those things one by one. First of all, okay, so let's have a look on the PPT. Now we are having certain things, guys. Look at here, Dunning interval in days. Okay, just now I quoted an example. Look at here, it determines at which interval, means after how many days the allocated account to be done. Okay, or what should be the days gap between one Dunning level to another Dunning level. I'll tell you. Now, first of all, in order to understand this one, you just have a look on Dunning level. Dunning level means what? It determines how many times reminder can be sent to your customers. Okay, let's suppose we are having this customer XYZ Limited. For these customers, how many reminders are we going to send? Okay, let's suppose we are having these three line items, these three invoices. For all three invoices, how many reminders are we going to send? Are we going to send 3 reminder, 4 reminder? Okay, of course there should be some kind of limitations that these many reminders we are going to send, and after that we are not going to send any reminder, because guys, if you haven't received any response from customers even after second reminder, third reminder, and fourth reminder also, it means what is happening, guys? It means they are not at all in the mood of making payment. Okay, so in that case, what we have to do, we have to transfer this issues dispute to the legal action team. So Dunning level means what? Dunning level means how many reminders? Let's suppose 3 reminders. Okay, now 3 reminders. So let's suppose we are going to send reminder number 1, reminder number 2nd, and then reminder number 3rd. Now, if we are going to send the reminder number 1, then 2nd, and then 3rd, then guys, there should be certain gap between first and second reminder, because we have to give certain time to the customer. It doesn't mean that, let's suppose reminder we have, first reminder we have sent today, and second reminder we are going to send tomorrow, and third reminder day after tomorrow. This is also, guys, is not justifiable. If we are going to send the reminder, we have to give certain time to the customers. Okay, and we'll have to wait. So what is the interval between first and second reminder? or we can say what is the days gap between first and second reminder. So let's suppose 10 days gap. Okay, so if this reminder we have sent on today is 0 days, right? 10 days gap means this is going to be sent on 10th days and this is going to be sent on 28th days. Okay, this is how. Okay, this is how it's going to act. Okay, so 10 days gap. 10 days gap means this is how the reminders. This is if this one we have sent today, the next reminder after 10 days. And then third reminder again after 10 days means 10 plus 10, 20 days. So this is what dunning interval in days means what is the days gap between first and second reminder that is going to be given in dunning interval in days. If you talk about dunning level means how many reminders are we going to send. I'll tell you guys there is a limitations for dunning level. This can be asked by people that what is the maximum dunning level we can define. So guys, the maximum dunning level can be defined that is 9 only. Why 9? Because if you configure, once I'll show you practically here, if we are going to configure this dunning program, then if you talk about this dunning level field, that field length is only 1 digit. Field length is only 1 digit, and we have to give what to say numeric digit over there. So what is the highest number of 1 digit, guys? It is of course 9 itself. So that is why the maximum reminder we are going to send that is 9. This is how you have to justify if somebody are going to ask like how, why it is 9 only. I'll show you practically. Don't worry. And apart from this days in arrear, guys, days in arrear, look at here, it shows the total days gap between the due date and dunning run date. This one is having lots of confusions. I've seen like people are going to read out the definitions which is given on Google, and of course I'm not saying that every definitions are incorrect, guys. Of course certain definitions are correct. Even I've seen like in SAP also, if you press F1 on that particular field, then what is happening, system is going to show you certain definitions, certain explanations. I've seen lots of people simply copied that one and posted on Google. So that is correct. But the thing is, what is your understanding? Are you going to understand the things? You won't be able to understand each and everything, whatever has been specified in terms of definitions, which is given by SAP. Okay, some of the things are quite confusing, right? So that's what I'll show you guys. What is this days in arrear? It's quite simple to understand. Okay, now the next one is grace period. That is already I have explained. What is the grace period? Here they said like 5 days grace period. It means system is going to add additional 5 days in our due date, and this is how again system is like if we have added 5 days as a grace period, this is how this line item was excluded by system to send reminder. Okay, so now we'll do one thing, guys. We'll just have the configurations. We'll do the configurations and we'll check. Let me log in here. So now here so first of all, what we have to check, let me go to FPL5N and TM02, and let me see our customer. Okay, so let's take one, what is it? This one itself, 25352. And let me check. No open item is there. So make sure, guys, that you must be having certain open item first. Open item in the sense invoices, and it must be overdue also. So we'll do one thing, guys. We'll do one thing. Open a new stream. First of all, we'll post always, and if you're having initially it may like initially people, if you guys are new, then what will happen, some people will be confused also, because you are going to add grace period and all, and then people will say that this line items are not being taken, this is going to be taken. So if you're having any invoices open items, you can better to post it, and you can post some new open item by, and then make it overdue. How? I'll show you. FB70. Even if you're having other open item and it become overdue also, you can run this dunning program. System is going to take it. Okay. In case of any confusion, then what you have to do, you have to post, better to release the payment for whatever the open items are there, and post a fresh item and then run this. Okay. So FB70. Now here 100 3 5 2. Change the company code, guys. Okay, now what is happening? I post this invoices in the previous days, like let's suppose 15th 09/2019. Okay, why? Because I have to make it overdue. I have to make this overdue and give an amount. Give an amount worth of, let's suppose, okay. So I'm going to give an amount 1000, guys. Okay, now, and here just take the revenue GL and give here also 1000 itself. Press enter, press enter. So this is going to be overdue. Why? Because if you look at your payments, so system has configured standard payment terms. It means it is going to be due immediately. So it is going to be due on 15/09, and 15/09 is a past date. That is why what is happening, guys, this invoice is going to be overdue. Now just simulate and save it to view the accounting entries and save it, or else you can save directly also. Now, so we have posted one line item. Okay, we have posted one line item. Well, okay, so we'll have to perform our testing. If you want to post more and more, invoices, you can post. But I'll come on the configuration part. We'll do the configurations, and once again, guys, and I have to here also. I'm going to add certain situation, guys. So again, one to post some other what to say amounts also. So just keep this screen as it is and open a new screen. Now what is happening? So now we are having, let's suppose, one invoice also, which is going to be overdue. This is, look at here, it become overdue. Just now we have posted. Now here we have to configure dunning program FBMP and press enter. Now you just click on new procedure, and here TM02 you can give let's suppose Tata Motor dunning procedure, like that. You can give the descriptions, whatever descriptions you want, you can give. Now here dunning interval in days. Okay, dunning interval in days, let's suppose 10 days. Okay, now number of dunning level, that is, let's suppose maximum. Okay, here I said, like, look at here, guys, here the maximum length is 1 digit only. Okay, so what is the highest number of 1 digit? That is 9. So 1 to 9 we can give. Okay, this is what, if somebody asks like, okay, what is the highest dunning level can be given, you can say 9. If they ask like, is it possible 99, you have to say no, not possible. Why? Because the length of dunning level field is 1 digit only, and the highest number of 1 digit is 9 only. Okay, but in real time people are going to give sometime 2, 3, 4. This is what the reminders are going to send. Okay, so I have given 3. Okay, apart from this, don't give anything in area and all. You can give your grace period, let's suppose 5. Apart from this, uh, okay, this interest indicator, we are not going to use the interest indicator because instead of that, we are going to charge certain penalty. Okay, uh, if we talk about my client, in my project, what is happening? Instead of calculating interest, we are charging the penalty on every reminder letter. What is this penalty is going to be explained, don't worry. Now, holiday calendar. We are going to assign standard holiday calendar. Okay, this calendar is going to be defined by your chat consultants and all, or whoever the responsible consultant is there. Now, I'll tell you, what is this holiday calendar, guys? So holiday calendar means, let's suppose 5 days grace period we have given. But out of this 5 days, this 3 days are like holiday itself. Saturday is there, Sunday is there, and then might be Monday also some kind of government holidays. So these 3 days that organization is not open. So how much time customer got? Only 2 days, right? So this 5 days means including holiday or excluding holiday, how its system is going to determine these things. So you have to assign a holiday calendar here. Okay. Now apply a check mark here, standard transactions, earnings and all. And if you press enter, okay, then look at here. The reference dunning procedure for text is going to be like here. What is happening? System has taken the reference of this one itself, TM02. What is the logic behind this one, guys? Generally, let's suppose we have already defined a dunning procedure for a different company code. Okay. Now, so I'll just do one thing, guys. Here we are having a field called dunning text. Once I explain, then I'll explain the logic of this one. Then you guys will be having perfect understanding. Press enter. Okay, click on dunning level. Nothing we are going to give, guys. Okay, now here days in arrear. Okay, this days in arrear, once I generate the letter, I'll explain here. First of all, you just have a look. Now what is saying? What is saying here? That earlier, like let's suppose without grace period, if the total interval, dunning interval is 10 days. So the first reminder, if it is going to be generated today, then the next reminder after 10 days, and the next in the sense third after 20 days. But if we have like added, let's suppose 5 days, this 5 days as a grace period, this 5 days as a grace period. So now what is happening, guys? Whichever line item, let's suppose the first reminder which is going to be generated today, now this is going to be eligible after 5 days. Okay, and then what will happen? And this then whatever line item which is going to be eligible after 5 days, then 5 plus 10. Then the next reminder is going to be sent on after 15 days, and the third reminder 15 plus 10, 25 days. This is what system is like. Okay, 5, 15, and 25th first reminder. Okay, we are not going to calculate the interest and all. You just click on charges and give your currency, let's suppose here. Now what is happening, guys? Okay, now dunning charges. Charges, let's suppose this is here, we are going to specify the penalty. Okay, since the customer is failed to make payment, that is what we are going to generate this reminder later on, we are going to send to that customer. So let's suppose penalty for first reminder, it could be, it depends like how much penalty we are going to charge, that is input given by your client. I'm going to type here 100, let's suppose for second reminder 150, and for third reminder 200. This is the penalty we are going to charge. Even you can charge in the percentage also, 10%, 15%, 20%, 2%, 1%, whatever it is. Okay, now so this charges we have specified. Now again, this charges for this one, like these charges are applicable, okay, from which amount? Let's suppose we are having an outstanding of 400, okay, and on that we are going to charge 100 rupees is also not justifiable. because this 400 is very small amount, right? So now we can give a conditions that these charges are applicable only if the minimum reminder amount is 500 or more than that. It could be 1000 also, it could be 10,000 also. This is what also is going to be given. This input also you can take from your client itself, that if you want to give any restrictions for this dunning charges, you let us know what is the minimum charge from which system is going to calculate the penalty. So client will say one amount. For example, since we have posted an invoice worth of 1000 rupees itself, so that's what I'm going to give you. Just for the sake of testing itself, I'm going to give 500. It means whatever these penalties are there, that is going to be calculated only if the reminder amount, if the invoice amount is equals or more than 500. If it is less than 500, then this dunning charges will not be considered by system. Hope you are having understanding. Now, click on minimum amount. Minimum amount, guys, like let's suppose there will be certain things, like once we are going to run the dunning program and we are having overdue, whatever the overdue amounts are there, it's very less. Okay, for a small amount, for 200, 400, 500 or 1000 rupees, right? 1000 rupees is also, if you talk about a companies and all, it's a small amount itself, right? Here we are performing testing, so I give like 1000, 2000 worth of invoices we are posting, right? So for a small amount, why to run this dunning program and all, isn't it? So for that one also we can give certain restrictions, that dunning program will be run only if the minimum amount is more than 100. In real time, this amount is going to be more. Okay, so I have just given one small amount. For this one, sometime what is happening, guys? Sometime you can take the input from your client, or else directly you can give a small amount and we can proceed further. Now, click on dunning text. And here, guys, give your company code AM02 and press enter. Dunning text. What is the use of this dunning text, guys? So I'll tell you. Now, what for visual, whatever story I have narrated just now, right? Whatever configurations we have done, whatever things I have explained, what for? The ultimate result is that once we run this dunning program, after that, what is happening, guys? We must be able to generate the dunning form. This is the ultimate result which we want automatically, right? Not manually. If manually is going to be, then there is no configurations are not required, right? So automatically, dunning form in the sense dunning letter is supposed to be generated. So how these letters are going to be generated, guys? So for that, we need to assign a dunning form. Why? Because what kind of letters are going to be generated? Okay, if you talk about a dunning letter, okay. Now let's suppose in dunning letter there are lots of things. Okay, some of the right, there are lots of things. Some of the text will be like here. Let's suppose company logo will be there. Here company address will be there. Date will be there. Right? Certain what to say standard text like dear customer. Okay, and this is to notify you that you're so and so, invoice number so and so, like here invoice detail, invoice number 1, invoice number 2, okay, worth of 1500 is going to be, it become due, okay, and this is the first reminder, so it is going to appear here, and it is going to be due by a margin of, let's suppose this become overdue by a margin of 15 days, this become overdue by a margin of 20 days, right? So these all things are going to be printed on the letter. Now, if you talk about this text, this is the standard, in the sense fixed text. Okay, this is the fixed text. For every letter, these much of things are going to appear. But if you talk about these amounts, then what will happen, guys? This is a variable amount. For every customer, different amounts will be there. For every customer, different invoice number will be there. For every customer, just different, what to say, whatever the margins of overdues are there, this is called days in arrear. I'll show you guys once I generate the running later. So this will be different. So this is variable. But how it is coming, guys? So for that, what is happening? Your technical consultant is going to click on new company code, press enter, and you just do one thing, save it. What is this dunning area and all will be explained. Okay, because I'll tell you guys, there is a scenario, very unique scenario. That is what going to be asked by people, and 99% of the people are going to be failed in that itself. Because configurations part, if you talk about dunning configurations, everybody knows. Okay, there are lots of videos you may find on YouTube. There are lots of tutorial you may find on Google and YouTube both. Right? If you talk about configurations, everybody are going to explain the configurations. Might be one steps or few steps more or less, right? But here we need to understand the logic, and there are lots of things you guys need to know. This is how you guys are going to use it. Now make it yes and press enter. Okay. Now once again you need to click on running text, give your company code and press enter. Now what is happening? How the letters are going to be generated? So guys, the letters are going to be generated only if here we are going to assign a dunning form. Now the question is where we are going to get this dunning form. So this dunning form will be developed by your technical consultant. It is going to be developed by your technical consultant. This technical consultant itself is going to write all the logics. If I say like this text, whatever such kind of text is there, that is the fixed text. For every reminder letter, what is happening, guys? This much text will be there. This is to notify you that the below invoices become overdue. Kindly make payment to avoid penalty or whatever the legal actions and all. So this is the fixed text. For every customer, this much text supposed to be there. So what is happening, guys? These things. So your technical consultant is going to what? Your technical consultant is going to define this dunning form. They will create this dunning form. They will develop this dunning form. That is a development activity, guys. Okay, configuration means our part. Development will be done by technical consultant, and that too a BAP consultant only, AP consultant only, not basis. Basis is having different what to say this one. Okay, that also further I am going to cover several topic, guys. So in that will come to know, you'll come to know, don't worry. So now we are talking about dunning form. Who is going to develop this dunning form? Your technical consultant. And I said certain text, these text which is fixed for every customer. So what is happening? These text they are going to do what? They will make this text as a fixed text. But in terms of SAP language, this is called hard coded. Okay, I'll tell you guys. I have what to say. Already I have recorded for you people. I have recorded what to say this, some real-time requirements. In that, certain development related requirement also I have recorded. Okay, that is quite unique, and in that these all language I have explained over there. Okay, what is the meaning of hard coded? If somebody says like, because if you are going to explain to the interviewer, you should not explain like a layman. Okay, because everybody's are going to explain like that itself. You have to express yourself that yes, you're having a perfect knowledge. So you have to speak in terms of SAP language itself. Okay, so what is happening? Whatever the fixed text are there, guys, that is going to be hard coded by your technical consultant when he define or she define the dunning form. We don't know how to developing the dunning form. We don't know how to develop the dunning form at all. But at least some what to say terminologies we are having some little bit understanding, because even your technical consultant is also sitting on the same floor, most likely beside you only. Okay. Now, so this whatever the fixed text are there, that is going to be hard coded. And what whatever this variable amounts are there or invoice number is there or other details are there, for that they are going to write certain logic. Okay, what logic they are going to write, guys? So logic means like, okay, these details, where it is coming from. So this will come from certain table. What is the tables and all, guys? There'll be a separate session on that. That is also going to be quite unique, but still it is having some time. Before that, I have to cover certain other topics also, so that what will happen, the more number of tables I'll be able to explain to you guys. Okay, so we are talking, I think, let me check whether it's there or connection is broken. No, it's there. So we are talking about what? We are talking about Dunning form. Who is going to develop this Dunning form? Your technical consultant is going to develop the Dunning form. So let's suppose this form development has been done, and I'm going to, since we are not having any technical consultant here to develop this Dunning form, so we are going to use the standard Dunning form. This is the standard which I have assigned, which is given by SAP. Okay, so use this standard Dunning form. Okay, now 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. This Dunning area, as I told you, because it's having, okay, that I'll explain. Now you just do one thing. We have assigned this. Come back and save this. Control S. So what we have done, guys, now we have, and don't worry, still there are certain things remain. So I have to add, some more, what is the situation. So I'll come back, and once again, uh, we have to make certain changes here in Dunning procedure, guys, as per the requirement. Okay. So what we have done, we have done the Dunning configuration here, TM02, right? Now we'll do one thing, guys. Dunning procedure has been set up. Okay, how SAP will come to know that this Dunning procedure has been set up for this Tata Motor TM02? So guys, what is happening here? Whatever Dunning procedure has been set up, guys, those Dunning procedures are supposed to be assigned to your customer master. So XD02. Go to your customer master. This is your customer master, guys. 352, yes. And go to your customer master and assign this Dunning procedure. Where? Click on company code data and then click on correspondence, and here assign the Dunning procedure TM02 and save it. Okay, so now what we have done, we have assigned this Dunning procedure against the customer master. Now we'll do one thing. Now we'll perform the testing. We'll see how it is going to, whether the system is going, based on our configurations, Dunning letter is getting generated or not. Okay, so just copy this customer. And how to run this Dunning program, guys? Use transaction code F150, which is quite similar to APP. For APP, we are having transaction code F110. For Dunning, we are having F150. If you talk about the fields are also quite similar to, what to say, automatic payment program. Just press enter and give a date here. Let's suppose today is 4th. So give this date itself. And your any identification code TM02A, let's suppose at least 6 digit, minimum 6 digit, sorry, maximum 6 digit, and minimum 1 digit also you can give. This should be unique combinations, guys. This combinations already have explained in automatic payment program. What is the logic behind that? You just click on parameter and Dunning date. You just give current date itself, on the date on which this program is going to run. Document posted up to, what is the logic behind? Sometime in real time people are going just stuck. because they don't know the logic behind this. Okay, or sometimes what is happening, even we know the logic, but still since some different things are there in our mind, so we made some silly mistake at the time of testing. Okay, so document entered up to means what? If you're going to give today's date itself in this one, then what will happen? We are saying the system that you find out all the invoices which has been posted. In the sense, you find out due or overdue invoices among all the invoices which has been posted till today. Okay, this is what the logic. Document posted up to. It means, let's suppose we are having lots of invoices, these many invoices, right? And we are saying that, okay, these many invoices are there. Now, system is going to find out the due or overdue item among how many invoices. So we are saying that you search this due or overdue invoices among all the invoices which is posted till today also. That is the logic, nothing else. Give your company code, guys. TM02. Give your customer. Customer is what? 352, I guess, right? That's 352. 100 352. Okay. One customer is there. That is why if you are having more number of customers, you can give 0 and you can give like this. So system is going to consider multiple customers. Initially, I recommend you guys, because as a beginner, just create one customer and test it. Once you are having a perfect understanding, you can make whatever experiment you want. Now, what is the use of free selection tab, guys? The free selection tab is having the same use which I have covered in automatic payment program. In the sense, if you have to include something, if you have to exclude something, what is happening, guys? Inclusion and exclusions, scenario based APP run I have covered, guys, right? Where the people are going to give you multiple scenario. So that logic I have explained. Free selection, the same use of free selection is here in Dunning also. Okay. Now just click on additional log, give your customer number, press enter and save it. Okay. Now, so it's okay. Look at here, parameter has been maintained. Now run it. So click on schedule. Here, start immediately and click on schedule. So zero notice generated. First, just press enter. Now look at here, one Dunning notice generated. Okay, this is okay. Now, how we will come to know that what notice has been generated, how does it look like, whether it is correct or not. So first of all, we are going to run sample printout. Okay, before that, if you want to check the logs, you can check the log also. First of all, you click on sample printout and click on display. If you click on display, this is the letter which is getting generated. Since it is standard in this one, like let's suppose if you have to make some changes, like here the company logo supposed to appear, the customer name address supposed to appear, your company name address supposed to appear, some footer address, or else like your corporate office address supposed to appear at footer, right? If you have to correct the alignment, lots of things are happening in real time, guys. Okay, that's what I said, like I'm going to give you one development related to Dunning program also, Dunning letter also, okay, which is going to make you people unique compared to other people during interview, because people will ask, have you done any development, have you worked for any development? If yes, then what was the requirement, right? Have you written any functional specification for that? Actually 99% of the people are going to be failed there itself, because they won't be able to explain, because they don't have idea itself. People are just learning configurations, right? They don't have understanding of the logics and all. Now, so here, okay, so now what I'm saying, look at here. So these are the standard text which is hard coded in the Dunning form, whichever the standard form we have, okay, we have assigned. So whenever this Dunning printout is getting generated for every customer, guys, these things are fixed. Okay, but this is not fixed. This is not fixed. Okay, this is your customer name, right? So for different customer, different name will be there. So what is happening, guys? This is variable, and this is also variable. This invoice number, right, is there. That is also variable. Okay. Now look at here, guys. Here, document number, the date on which the invoice has been, let's suppose, posted, amount. This much worth of amount. It become due on 15th itself. And look at here, guys. Arrear. Arrear means what? Arrear means it's, look at here, 19 days. 19 days. 19 days means what? 19 days means it is saying that this invoice become overdue by a margin of 19 days. This invoice become overdue by a margin of 19 days. Okay, that is what is days in arrear. That is what arrear, guys. We are having in configurations whether you specify grace days or you specify days in arrear. Both are also almost having the same, what to say, uses. Slight differences are there. Okay, slight differences are there. Okay, so now here days, you try to understand here. Arrear means, look at here, this invoice become overdue. It become overdue by a margin of how many days? 19 days. This is what is appearing here. And what is this? This is first reminder. Okay, after, let's suppose, 15 days, if you are going to generate after 15 days, if you are going to run again Dunning program. Okay, so for the same line item, what is happening, guys? System is going to show you second. Okay, it means second reminder. First reminder, once it is generated, then what is happening, system is going to generate a second reminder. The same way you have to run, guys. Once you run this one, then after 10-15 days, if you run this, in the sense, just you need to change the date only. Even we can run for future date also, it's okay. Just for testing purpose, in real time future dates, we are not going to run. Okay, testing purpose I'm saying. So this is what the level, in the sense, first reminder or second reminder or third reminder, this is how system is going to identify. So here these are the details, right? Now, so now here it means Dunning letter is getting generated successfully. Okay, here what is happening, guys? Your penalty, that is 100 rupees, and if it is like, let's suppose, once we okay, this is the sample printout we have seen. Now what is happening, guys? Now you must have to run Dunning printout. If you run this Dunning printout, then system will assume that first reminder we have sent. Okay, after 10 days, 15 days, if you are going to run this one, the same again, if you are going to run this Dunning program, then what is happening, guys? Similar letter is going to be generated. Similar letter is going to be generated. Okay, I'll just do one thing. Okay, this is the first reminder, right? This is the first reminder. Now we'll do one thing. Okay, I have to cover one more. I have to cover one more scenario, guys. So let it be till here itself. After 10-15 days, second reminder. Again, after 10-15 days, if you are going to run, then third reminder is going to be generated. It's quite easy. You can perform the test. Now here, so successfully we are able to generate the Dunning letter. On printout, I have not, what to say, clicked, because I have to cover one more thing. Now here, again, now we are having an invoice worth of 1000 rupees, which become overdue. Okay, overdue. Now what is happening, guys? Now let's suppose out of this 1000, now we are having one scenario. I'll tell you, guys, you won't be finding these things anywhere. Okay, and but this is there. Your what to say, which is most likely sometime people are going to make some kind of mistakes during configurations. Okay, so now what will happen? There is one scenario. What is the scenario? Let's suppose on 15th we have posted, right? So on 13th, on 13th 09 2000, 19. Okay, the customer number is 352, right? Let me check. 352, yes. Special year indicator 8. Okay, and we have received a down payment worth of 300. This is, we are going to post the down payment. Look at here, customer down payment. So on 13th, we have received a down payment worth of 300. Okay, press enter, and here 300 itself. Make this down payment and post it. Okay, so now what is happening, guys? If you have a look here, now click on back button and add special year indicator also and click on execute. Now what is happening, guys? 1000 is there, isn't it? Now out of which 300 we have received as a down payment. Okay, so guys, if we are going to run this Dunning program, and if the system is going to generate a reminder letter for 1000, then what will happen? Certainly the customer is going to be angry, and customer will say, how can you send a reminder letter for 1000? You just check your system, we have already made a down payment of 300, right? Now further, I'm going to add one more thing. Let's suppose FB75. Customer has made down payment already. Okay, and we have, then after what is happening? We have delivered the goods. So we have posted an invoice worth of, let's suppose, 1000. Okay, but out of this 1000 worth of goods, now let's suppose 352. Okay, let's suppose on 16th 2019. On this day, customer is going to return the goods worth of 200 rupees to us. We are going to receive, we have received in the sense return from customer goods worth of 200. Press enter. Okay, we have made a mistake, guys. Not 1610, it was supposed to be 1609. On 15th we have sent, delivered. On 16th, let's suppose we are going to receive a goods worth of, let's suppose 200. Okay, now on 16th we have received certain return from customer. Now post this one also. So now I have added one more situation, right? Now here, look at the things, isn't it? Here is the thing. Now what is happening? 1000 worth of invoices there, out of which 300 already we have received in terms of, in the form of advance payment, right? And 200 worth of goods has been refunded by customer, in the sense returned by customer. So how much our eligibility is to get only 500 rupees. So what will happen, guys? I have to claim only 500 rupees to the customer, that you haven't made payment of 500 rupees, right? But if we run the Dunning program, what is happening here? You just do one thing, whatever the currently we have run, you just delete it. Okay, delete it. And once again we are going to schedule. Okay, schedule and press enter. And then now check the sample printout. Okay, click on display only, don't click on print, because once you click on print, if it is printed, then again you have to run a different, what to say, this one, this line item is going to be excluded. Okay, so now what is happening, guys? Okay, so just have a look here, guys. Now what is happening? So we are having this one, our invoice is appearing right? Our invoice is appearing. Our credit memo is also appearing. But where is the down payment? Down payment is not appearing, right? Down payment, whatever this down payment is there, this down payment 300, right? This is also having negative balance, right? And that is why system has reduced this 300 and 200, right? So this down payment is also not appearing. This down payment is not appearing, right? So if we are going to generate this dunning letter and if we send to the customer, then the customer will come back. So what will happen, guys? What we have to do? We have to, you just go to dunning procedure and double click here, and then you have to click on this special yield indicator, right? And you click on special yield indicator, and which special yield indicator? So you just need to click on special yield indicator here, and nowhere you will be finding this explanation, guys. You watch any of the video on YouTube. Okay, where is that? Here is the down payment. Select this one and click on back button. So what we have done? We have added this special yield indicator. And apart from this, look at here, guys. We are having negative balances and all. So whatever this kind of negative balances are there, that is supposed to be considered by system, right? So you have to apply. What is happening, guys? This is, if you apply a check mark, then all the credit account balances, whatever this credit is there, that is going to be considered by system. So apply this 2 check marks and then save it and press enter. Now you just do one thing, guys. Come back and here, back, come back. Now what is happening? Okay, so we'll do one thing. Click on. Okay, now you just delete this one because in this down payment is not appearing. So delete this one and schedule once again. Click on schedule, guys. So press enter, and now we are just going to have a look and let's see the magic. Click on display. Yes, now it is appearing, guys. So look at here. This 300 is our down payment, okay, which we have received on 13th. Okay, now this 1000 is your invoice, which has been posted on 16th, 15th, and this 200 is our credit memo, which we have received, in the sense like we have received the return from customer on 16th. Look at here how systematic wise system has arranged everything. For more details, if you want to add the document type, again, what will happen? We are going to demand our technical consultant that you just do one thing. You add one more, what to say, column here of document type, which is going to give you the further clarity. Okay, document type, with the help of document type, people will come to know easily that which one is invoices, which one is down payment, which one is credit memo and all, right? So now this is how it's. So now what is happening, guys? Total 500 only. It means we are raising, we are going to send a reminder letter to the customer for 500 plus 100 penalty dunning charges, right? So total how much? 600. But if we talk about your actual balance, what is the actual balance of account? That is 500 only. The 600 means including this 100 rupees, right? Days in arrears, these all, since it has been, like calculated, this become overdue by a margin of how many days, right? And this is reminder 1, right? Reminder number 1. Okay, so now what is happening? We'll just do one thing, guys. Okay, so what we have to do now, we are going to run the printout. Run the printout. Click on print. Press enter. Enter. Now, so click on print log. Okay. So job finished. Okay. Now we'll do one thing, guys. You just do one thing. Click here and go to SP02 and press enter. Okay, so here whatever this dunning letter is there, you just look at here guys. Okay, this letter, if you want to take the printout, how? So printer, anyway the printer is going to be linked with your laptop or desktop, whatever it is. Okay, you need to select this one, you need to click on print directly, and then the printout is going to appear. That is hard copy. If you have to generate the soft copy, create a new system. Okay, and I'll generate a soft copy. For that you need to run a program guys. For soft copy we are having this one. This is the program. And how to run this program guys, use transaction code SE38 and here click this program and then click on execute. So if you click on execute, system is going to ask the spool request number. Here's spool request. Where is the spool request number guys? Here is the spool request number in SP02. So you just come here and copy this spool request number and then you can give here, okay, and click on execute. So now what is happening guys, system is going to generate a PDF form. Okay, let's suppose you dunning PDF, save it, click on allow. So now it got generated. If you click on here, look at here guys, this is the letter which got generated. Okay, this is the PDF which got generated. Let it be open guys. So what is happening? This you'll be having the email address from customer master, attach the letter and send to the customer. This is the PDF letter which got generated. First reminder, right? This is the first reminder. Now for second reminder, what will happen? For second reminder, if you want to generate the second reminder, then now after 10 days itself it is going to be eligible, right? So we have run on 4th. So let's suppose on 14th, it means like on or after 14th. So what will happen here? If you want to run the second reminder, then you just do one thing. I will run on 16th. Press enter. Again on parameter. So just do one thing. Okay, generally this is going to be run in future date, guys. Why? Because we are performing testing only. In real time, nothing is going to happen in future date. Okay, since we have to perform our testing to understand the logic. That is why we are making this experiment. Okay, just save it and click on status, click on schedule, press enter, and then you just check sample printout here itself. Again for 500 only. And look at here guys, now look at the text. In second reminder, what is happening? The text got changed. Earlier only 2-3 lines were there, but right now 4-5 lines. Why? Because every reminder in like first reminder, too much politeness, right? Second reminder, bit harshness. In the sense like we have to, threat the customer that then we will take the, legal actions or something and all, right? So this is what the text has been changed. But look at here, the line items are same in the sense 500 only. But right now the penalty is increased. Why? Because if you guys are able to remember here in configurations and that too for charges, for second reminder what we have done guys, for second reminder we are having 100. So what is happening? Total we are generating this reminder later and plus 1. Total due items, balance of account guys, this is 5. Look at here guys, now we are running on the total overdue by a margin of how many days? Now it becomes 31 days. So we are saying that if this item become a margin was overdue by a margin of 31 days. So you must have to make payment because this many days we are not going to wait. And look at your second reminder, right? Second dunning level. Okay. In the same way, again add some 10 days or 12 days, and then what you have to do, you have to run again dunning program. So what is happening? Third reminder also will be generated. And after that, if you run any dunning program, this line item, in the sense this invoice, is not going to be included by system, because whatever the highest level is there, that is already met. Okay. If any new invoices are there, that is going to be included by system, not this invoice. Okay. This is what the logic is. So you can run the third reminder only if you generate the printout. So always, guys, first of all, once you run the running program and all, if you generate the printout, then only system is going to consider that this is a final run. If you have taken the sample printout, that is not the final run. What is the final run, guys? If you take the printout, then system will consider that this is a final run. So you have to what? You have to click on printout, and then you have to, if you want to see the third reminder, if you want to generate the third reminder, again, you just run on, let's suppose, 2nd or 3rd of November, and system is going to, or might be 28th or 29th of October itself if you are going, because dunning interval is 10 days only. So 27th or 28th of October if you are going to run, then even third reminder also going to be generated. This is what the logic. Now, so guys, here what we have seen the configuration part. We have seen testing in that, like I have added some certain unique things here also, but let's assume till this much. Okay, everybody knows, right? Okay, so here, where is that R? What is the use of dunning interval in this, guys? Anybody? What is the use of dunning interval in this? Unmute the audio. Can anybody explain?
It's like a reminder sending to a customer to pay for our overdue invoices.
So can you repeat again? Dunning interval in days. Like, what is the use of that feed?
So the number of reminders, I mean, so if you require 3 reminders, then they will have to specify there as 3.
No, you just look at here. Okay, just now I'll come back here on this one. This is called dunning interval in days, right? Now you tell me what is the use?
The time between one reminder to other reminder. I mean,
Yes, differences in terms
the,
of days, right? That's what.
yeah.
So guys, why I asked, because I wanted to check, like, my students are there with me, or like you simply on the laptop and you are sleeping, right? So anyway, guys, now, so if you watch this video, 100% you guys will be having understanding. Now what I wanted to say, that okay, whatever things I have explained, let's suppose almost every candidates will be having some configuration ideas and all. Okay, what next, right? What's new? So the new is, like, lots of questions are going to be asked by people, and if you talk about questions, people will not ask like what is the use of this dunning interval days, or what is the use of dunning level. Okay, this is just a basic questions initially, right? People will give you a scenario, and scenarios are going to be quite unique. They will say, let's suppose we are having a customer A and customer B. This customer A, it's buying our manufacturing item. Customer B is buying our service item. Okay, now, so what is happening for customer A? I want to generate a different dunning letter. Okay, and for customer B, the reminder letter, whichever is going to be generated, that is supposed to be a different format. Okay, different format. For this customer, the letter format supposed to be different. For this customer, the letter supposed to be different. So now in this case, how many Dunning procedure need to be defined? Anybody is having any idea? Because most of you have already taken this training, right? I think this is second time you guys are taking. Can anybody explain how many Dunning procedure need to be defined for this one to meet this? Anything from anyone? 1, 2, 3, whatever you say, something. Maximum is going to be wrong only, right?
So Dunning procedure is, I guess, one, but while assigning letters, we need to define two different letters.
Dunning procedure only one. Then what? Okay. So now here the thing is, 99% of the people are going to make mistake. Somebody will say one, somebody will say two. Okay. I'll tell you, two is not the correct answer. One itself is correct answer. But even the people who said one also, they're also going to be rejected because they won't be able to justify the reason, right? So this is what we have to understand, isn't it? How it is going to happen, isn't it? In that multiple scenarios are there, guys. Multiple situations are going to be added. Now let's suppose if somebody says that okay, we are going to define two Dunning procedure. Even it is possible through two Dunning procedure also. But now what is happening? Now the interviewers are quite clever, since they'll be having more than 10 years of experience. So they will say, chalo, agreed. Whatever you said is agreed. We are going to define two Dunning procedure. Let's suppose procedure 1 and procedure Dunning procedure 2. Okay. Now we are having a customer C. This customer. Okay. So now procedure 1 and procedure 2. This procedure 1 for manufacturing and procedure 2 for service. So this A is buying our manufacturing item. So what is happening? We are going to add this procedure, Dunning procedure 1, which we have created for manufacturing, and this Dunning procedure 2 we are going to add to the B because this customer is buying our services. Okay. Now I'll just do one thing, guys. Now let's suppose we are having a customer C, and that customer C is buying both items, manufacturing and service both. Then what will happen in this case? Which Dunning procedure are we going to assign to the C? Okay, the condition is here you can assign only one Dunning procedure, right? If you are going to assign only one Dunning procedure, it means in case the C is buying to, let's suppose C is having invoice number, let's suppose this of 1000 and invoice worth of 1500. So this is for manufacturing. This is for manufacturing item and this is for service item. So now what is happening, guys? In this case, different letters supposed to be generated, and in this case, different letters supposed to be generated. But since in customer master we are having only one, what is it? You can assign only one Dunning procedure, let's suppose. Then what will happen? If you assign manufacturing, then what is happening, guys? Then only one Dunning letter. For this one also manufacturing, whatever the format is there for manufacturing, that is going to be generated, and for this one also the same format will be there, which is wrong. In this case, what you are going to do, isn't it? I'll tell you, guys, it's impossible to, like, people are pelting stone in darkness. All these useless explanations are going to be given, right? So but the thing is, like, if you are having a perfect understanding, you are going to give a logical explanations. If you give a logical explanations, 200% guaranteed jobs are there. There should not be required any kind of references that use somebody, like people are saying, can you refer me? Can he refer? Can she refer? Whatever reference you are going to take, guys, you must have to go through the interviews and all, isn't it? So the thing is, like, if you're having knowledge, no reference, nothing is required. 100% jobs are there in the market because people are searching the candidate who is having quality and all. So this is how the jobs are also there. This is how the survival is also there. As I told you guys that I share interview question and answer also, but I also says why I am not sharing interview question and answers initially, because here in India people follow shortcut things, right? Once I share, people will start mugging up the question and answers, and their future is going to be hell, because you got the placements, and after that what will happen? How you are going to give the performance until unless you are having the perfect understanding of the topic. That is why, guys, till 3 months or 4 months, I keep on shouting. This much energy I'm spending. Why? Because this is how you guys are. If you're able to understand, then your whatever the future journey is there, that is going to be quite simple. In that, like, this is one, what is the scenario I have added, guys? In that, like, multiple scenarios will be there. Multiple scenarios means, like, if they want, like, for manufacturing, I have to send only 2 reminders. For service, I have to send 3 reminders. Now, how you are going to have a control, because we are having only one dunning procedure, and here you can give only one dunning level, isn't it? So these all things, likewise, whatever the scenarios are there, is going to be covered in the next session, because it's already, I think the session is more than 1.5 hours, isn't it? So this is going to be quite unique, guys. Whatever I have explained, just assume that till this much everybody knows, but whatever I am going to explain in the next session, you guys only know. So this is how you guys are going to be. For every topic, guys, there are lots of scenarios, and this is how you guys are going to be unique. So think we'll cover these things in the next session. That's all in this session, guys, and that's all for today.